My name is David Madison. This is the 24th of July, 2019. I was in the Methodist ministry for 9 years, but by the time I had finished my PhD in biblical studies, my belief in God had evaporated. I am an ex-clergy atheist. That wasn't supposed to happen. Seminaries exist to manufacture clergy, but if you bring too much curiosity, if you have too much of an inclination to critical thinking, things can fall apart. Bible Blunders and Bad Theology, that's the title for this series of flash podcasts. They become all too obvious. And this is episode 1. One of the most famous theologians of the last century was Karl Barth, who over a 30-year period wrote a 13-volume work of Christian theology in German. He even ended up on the cover of Time magazine in 1962. I hate to think how many hundreds of doctoral dissertations at dozens of seminaries have been written about the thinking of Karl Barth. One day in theology class, the professor, a bit of a cynic, I guess, said, "Nobody knows 8,000 pages about God, not even in German." It got a good laugh. So much highly esteemed theology and biblical studies have been written by German thinkers. How could they be wrong? Yes, it got a good laugh, but it sparked a thought in me that was anything but a laughing matter. Yes, 8,000 pages of knowledge about God is far-fetched. If only we knew that much. But think about it. How do we know even one page of information about God? I suggest you try it. Try to come up with just a few sentences of actual information that we know for certain about God. And I feel it in my heart just doesn't cut it. Of course, we were told that God is love, that Jesus is his Son, and is the key to eternal life. But there are thousands of conflicting ideas about God, about many gods. Ideas that so many people take to be certainties based on what? Take it on faith is feeble because it's a way of saying we don't have enough information. So that day back in seminary, it dawned on me that theologians specialize in speculation without information. And not one of them so far has been able to write down even one page of items that we know for certain about God. God fails as a legitimate concept. God is supposed to be the most powerful, pervasive force in the cosmos, yet is undetectable. This is the challenge for believers. Please tell us where we can find reliable, verifiable data about God. And all theists must agree, yes, that's where to find it. But so far this has never happened, because the most devout Christian, Jewish, Muslim, and Mormon believers have never been able to agree on whose scriptures, revelations, visions, prayers are authentic. They don't trust each other. It's a mess. So why should we trust them? Christian parents have taught their children that God is love, and they heard it from their parents, so on for generations into the past. But someone in the distant past was the very first person to come up with that idea. Where did that person get it? Was it revelation, imagination, hallucination? So please tell us where we can find reliable, verifiable data that God is love. There is so much, even in the Bible, that makes it unlikely. So much has happened in human history that makes it unlikely. Bad theology is theology that cannot back up its claims. Thousands of different theologians, priests, and ministers have proclaimed so many conflicting ideas about God and have said, just take it on faith. And that too is bad theology, and there are many more examples to come.